We can see there's some frass here, and that is from the vine borer being inside. Hey, good morning. I'm here in the garden doing my morning walkthrough, just sort of checking on some things, and I noticed this squash plant is looking a little wilty. It's a bit alarming. And immediately when I saw that, I knew what was probably wrong with it. This is not afternoon wilt. You know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You can see other squash plants around it that look totally fine. And it's June here in Tucson, and this is the time of the year where we start running into the dreaded squash vine borer. And so upon a little bit of inspection on this plant, pretty easy to confirm that this is what's going on with it. Down here near the base, we can see there's some frass here, and that is from the vine borer being inside of this, and this is some of the waste that gets excreted out and pushed out the hole that was used to enter into this plant. So some people will try and save a plant like this, and there's sort of a low percentage chance that that will work out. You can take these and find that vine borer in there and try and kill it and try to save the plant. Now in this particular garden, we have a strategy that plans for this, and that's that we keep, during this time of the year, we keep planting more squash plants every couple of weeks. There's a period of time where the vine borer is a really big problem, and as long as we're continually planting, then we can end up always having plants that are producing. Now you might not always have space for that in your garden, so you have to kind of decide how you want to go about it. One of the things that we're doing for prevention is we're spraying these plants with BT, Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a beneficial bacteria that gets into the gut of this type of stage of an insect, and then that typically kills them when they go into the plant, but it doesn't always work. It's not foolproof. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this plant, and let's see if we can find that vine borer in it. So this is a pretty young plant. Comes up pretty easily, and as we start kind of breaking into it here, you can see this hole, and see if we can break this open and find the culprit here. And there it is. Two of them. So, upon further inspection here, I feel especially fine with the fact that I didn't try to save the plant. This is a lot of damage, and this plant is never going to really recover that well. Now, squash plants grow really fast, so we can plant another couple seeds here in this area, and we'll get another healthy plant going pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead and kill these little buggers, and make sure that there aren't any others in here, which it looks like they only got to these parts of the plant, and then we'll compost this and, like I said, start fresh with another plant. So it's unfortunate when we see this happen. It's, you can have a really healthy looking plant that's producing well and doing great, and then just suddenly it dies. And it's really common that this is the cause of it. So, one thing that you can do is really just check over your plants regularly and look for any small holes with that frass, that stuff coming out of the plant, and you can try and catch it really early. If you catch it early and you take an X-Acto knife and you just kind of run it up the hole, you can feel there's a cavity in there, and you can a lot of times kill the vine borer doing that. So if you really stay on top of it and you happen to notice it early enough, you might be able to save the plant. But a lot of times this is the result, unfortunately. So it's just one of the things that we deal with as gardeners. It's not the end of the world. We can plant more squash plants all throughout this season and into the fall. So if something like this happens, don't feel like it's a failure. Don't feel discouraged. Just move on. Plant some more squash. Some of the plants that are less susceptible to the vine borers would be your spaghetti squash and butternut. Some different native varieties, like a Mayo blusher is a good example. That's another one that doesn't seem to be as susceptible to the vine borer. Also the Tohono O'odham Hall is another one that does really well and doesn't tend to get as many of the vine borers. So those are plants that you can find at Native Seeds Search here in Tucson. So give some of those other varieties a try, and having a multitude of different varieties can really help to where you don't get all of your plants just kind of wiped out by the vine borer. So stay tuned. I'll keep posting more videos like this, anything I come across in the garden that I think will help you, and happy gardening. We'll see you soon.